Hey everybody, it's Jasmine, and today I'm bringing you guys a very better late than never I should say, Project Pan 2021 mid-year update. Now I have a lot of good news and a lot of bad news in this video, and I think it's all very combined, random when it does come to these products. So I set out a goal to finish 21 products in the year 2021. We will get into some of the products. So I'm gonna first start off with primers because I think it's easier for me to go in a full face method for you guys in this review. So I have two primers that I wanted to finish up for this year. Now I knew that like with primers, it's easier for me to run through it because I use primers every time I use foundation. So these are the two that I have here. I have the Kaja Blur Drop Weightless Water Primer. Now this is a silicone based primer, and it's really weird because I think I've noticed that if I use any other silicone based primer aside from my Touch in Sol No Problem primer, which is my holy grail, I don't love it. It's really weird. It's just like, I don't like the way it makes my skin feel. I don't like the way my skin looks at the end of the day. Even though this is nice, it is lightweight, but I don't know, I'm not in love with it, which is why I don't gravitate towards it. Instead, I gravitate towards the other primer that I wanted to finish in this year, which is the Juno Moonshine, which is another holy grail item of mine. I wanted to use this one because I felt like I had it in my collection for a while and I wasn't getting the amount of usages that I would like to have used it. Does that even make sense? So I'm actually almost done with this. It's getting down to like the bottom of the pit there, the bottom of the abyss, which is really, really nice. Now I like this because it feels like a moisturizer, but it also just blurs the skin and hydrates it at the same time. I already went through a whole bottle of this before, and I had this in my client kit, and my clients absolutely loved it on their skin, and I love it for myself personally too. So I already went through a bottle of this, but this is just my personal one, and it's getting very close. Same thing with this one. I feel like it's kind of halfway. So I mean, I still have half a year left to finish these, but just know that I'm not crazy about this primer, but I mean, I'm using the crap out of this one. So I mean, foundation. This is where we get into some good news. The foundation choices that I picked for 2021, I am so happy I went with these choices because there are no other foundations that I want to use aside from these, to be honest. Like out of all of the foundations in my collection, I am pretty much only using these ones. So I have here the Tarte Face Tape. This is in the shade Light Medium Sand. It is just a little bit lighter than me, so recently I haven't been using it because I did go to Hawaii with my family, which was really amazing, and I got a huge tan. I'm gonna show you guys. I was like kind of burning like a rotisserie chicken. So I am a little bit more tan, which I'm really excited about because I felt like I was so pale. So this currently doesn't match me, which totally fine. Love the formula. It's like Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, but in a foundation, but it looks like skin. It's really cool. And then now because I am a little bit more on like the tanner side, my normal skin, I am now Nars All Day Luminous Foundation in the shade Punjab, which is medium 1. I'm actually really excited that I'm now using the Nars foundation because I like the formula, but in the beginning of the year I was so pale, so I was only using face tape, but now I'm actually getting use out of this, and I just love them both. I think this one is definitely halfway, so this is like a pressure pump, so you could definitely see how much I did use. Can it focus, please? There we go. So you see there, I'm like halfway done, which is really amazing. This foundation is absolutely stunning on the skin. Honestly, I would get a backup. Honestly, I really was debating because Ulta had a sale on this foundation during their 21 Days of Beauty, and I was really thinking, should I get a backup? But I thought, you know what? No, just save your money because you have other foundations you should go through. And then as far as this foundation, I did use it on my skin today, and I did shake it up, which is why you can't really see the indentation of where it's at, but it's definitely like right here, like just above the halfway point. So both of these are getting used. I really do love them. I think that they're both different, but they offer me the same effect in the end. So this one is definitely more of like medium full coverage right away, and then with the Nars you could build it up from literally light, medium, or full. It's just more of like a watery consistency. So really love these two, so happy with my choice. Powders, powders, powders. Oh my god, I have some really good news for these as well. So I'm gonna first start off with my Holy Grail powder. I've already gone through like so many of these, but I just have to say it again and again and again because this is literally it. I love her so much. This is by ShopMissA. This is their Perfect Pressed Powder. This is in the shade Banana. When you guys saw me in the beginning of the year, she was full. She was brand new. She was a virgin, and look at her. Look! The product around the edges here, they are very thin, so I'm just continuing to use it up. It is just amazing. My favorite powder. It's yellow enough. It's like pale enough to just brighten up my under eyes. Does not give me flashback. The best. The best. And then the second powder that I wanted to use up during the year is actually a loose powder. Now this one is by Shiseido. This one is their Synchro Skin Invisible Silk Loose Powder in the shade Radiant. They do have a matte version, but I thought Radiant was like a little fun, a little shimmer, a little dew in there. And I'm actually like pretty much halfway full. So when I was in Hawaii, I was with my cousin Alice, and she pretty much helped me use up a lot of this powder. Now she actually liked the way it looked on her skin. We both didn't have flashback, even though like we were powdering a lot like in the mouth area when we did want to do like a full face of makeup. And so I am halfway done with this. I feel like with loose powders in particular, it takes me a lot longer than a year to use them up. I feel like with pressed powders, I'm able to use it up faster for some weird reason, and that's just how I feel. I don't know, maybe I just use a little bit less because of loose powder and I don't want it to be messy. I don't know, but that's just where I'm at with these powders. Really, really excited because I think at the end of the year, for sure, I'm gonna run through this, and then I'm probably gonna be like almost done. I'm probably gonna be hanging off the edge with the Shiseido powder. I had two brow products I wanted to mention. Now, first is the Benefit Gimme Brow. She is definitely like all rubbed off. This is in the shade number 4, and I did not expect myself to like it as much as I did. I mean, when I started the year, I was starting to do like the brow gel and go type of thing, and I never thought I was gonna be a brow gel and go girl. Trust me, I was like, that is too low maintenance, right? I was like, I'm a little bit more on the higher side, but laziness got a hold of me and I ended up really liking the Benefit Brow Gel, and I ended up actually getting a backup from the Ulta Beauty 21 Days of Beauty sale, and I don't know, I just try so many brow gels, but this one so far has been my favorite as far as like colored brow gel, and that says a lot because I've tried so many on the market. Now this is really special to me personally because of the wand, how small it is, and I feel like because I don't necessarily have thin brows, but I don't have like the thickest brows, I have like a medium brow. I feel like it's really easy for me to like really get into those smaller spaces, and I also really like how the color deposits on my skin. When I press it down and I just like drag it through the brows and on my skin, it just applies evenly. It lasts all day. It looks good. Even if I accidentally rub my eyebrow, stays in place, and I just really like it. Oh, it also has fibers in here, so it actually makes your hairs look like fluffier and maybe even longer if that's what you need. I know sometimes like the front of my brows kind of look a little short if I like cut it too much, and it just really helps it out, so really like that. And then the second brow product that I have here is actually a rollover from 2020, and I actually reached my goal in 2020, but my goal for 2021 is to actually finish it. So my goal was to hit pan last year, and then this year I am like almost done. So my goal is to finish this middle color here. The top is wax, the bottom is like this really dark brown. So as you see, I'm pretty much almost done here, and I'm very excited about it. I still use it every single day. I used it in my brows today. My brows, may I say, just look so exceptional. They just look so amazing, and it's honestly just because of these products. So really love that. And I think now we could potentially move into the eyes or the face. Which one should we do? Let's do eyes, because I feel like I have a lot of products in that category. I'm going to start off with the eyeshadow palettes. Now my goal was to pan at least one shadow in every single palette. And this is where the bad news starts to arise, because I didn't reach that goal yet. And it's really difficult for me because I'm using these palettes a lot and I'm using the same shades all of the time. Now, the one palette that I feel like I have been using the absolute most, because it's just more convenient for me, has been Sweet Talk. I think I just gravitate towards this one because it's small, compact, everything's in here, and then when I'm just like trying to get ready for work, it's just like easy, right? So here is what Sweet Talk looks like. It looks like I haven't used it, but I swear I'm using it all the time. So the shades that I mostly use in this palette, and mind you, I'm using like almost all the shades, but the ones that I'm like really gravitated towards is this one up here, the Super Shock formula. You see the dent when I like turn the palette, which is good. So I mean, fingers crossed that I'm almost there. And then I used this shade up here, which is like a warm nude, and you see like far away, you see the dent. I know you see it, but up close it just doesn't look like that. And then I'm also using this dark brown as like a faux liner moment, and even though I'm using those three like pretty consistently, like I don't know, it just is not going anywhere. And then Dose of Colors, here is what it looks like. So I accidentally dropped this palette in the beginning of the year, and so this came out. It doesn't count for Project Pan, okay? I'm not counting it. But I've been using all of the browns, and it still looks pristine. It still looks brand spanking new. I mean, there's like subtle dips in there, but just it's not going anywhere. And then I have So Jaded. Same thing. It looks the exact same. And so I feel like with this palette in particular, I'm mostly trying to use colors that I would wear every single day. So that's Geodude, which is like a mustardy yellow nude, My Precious, which is like a cream shade, and then Royal Jewels, which is more of like a pink tone nude. And I'm just trying to pick out shades that are like more wearable for work. Doesn't even matter. I'm my own boss anyway, but it just sucks because it's like I felt like I had more progress last year than I did now, and it's just really, it's really sad. But in my client kit, I've been hitting pan on some eyeshadows, which is really nice. And in my client kit, I also have Dose of Colors. I just depotted the shadows, and I hit pan on like 3 shades. But I can't do it for myself. So you know what? I have some accomplishments for myself, and then sometimes I just don't. It's fine. We have 3 more products for the eyes. Now, this is probably like the most disappointing for me, and I feel like I'm gonna have to take it out of my entire Project Pan list because it does not want to work. It does not want to cooperate. And if you guys watch my most recent hits and misses for spring, I mentioned the Kaja Moon Crystal, and this one is specifically in the shade Rose Quartz. And this just seems like convenient, right? Like you could pack this, you could just squeeze it out wherever you need it. You could apply it with your fingers, apply it with the brush. I have tried every which way possible to try and get this to work on my eyes, but it's patchy, it doesn't want to blend out, and when I am like trying to like apply it correctly, it then burns my eyes. And so just all in all, I don't think it works with me. I think I'm allergic to it actually, so I think I'm gonna have to like take it out and probably replace it with something else. So I'm probably gonna show you at the end of the video what I am going to replace this item with. Now, I did hit pan on something. I really did. Now, this is my beloved Touch in Soul Metallist Starlight Foiled Pigment. You can use the code ThatsSoYin at checkout. Love her so much. Now, this is just like your regular single shadow, kind of like a Super Shock shadow, but like way more intense. So pretty. I need this to focus. I did hit pan in the center there, and it just looks so boring, but like you guys have seen me like do like the like soft glitter eyes. This is exactly what I use. So I have it on my finger. It looks boring. It looks meh. On the eyes, it looks so good. And you guys compliment me all the time, like, oh, what's that glitter on your eyes? In general, the Touch in Sol pigments are amazing. I have another pigment in my collection that's more of like just like all over gold. It doesn't really have like the multi sizes like this, but it's still really pretty on the eyes. I think it's way better in formula than Colourpop Super Shock shadows. And I mean, I think the price kind of like speaks for itself, in my opinion. And then finally, the last eye product that I have here is this eyeliner from Real Her. It's the I Am Resilient, and you could see my progress because with the cap on, it cuts off Resilient right here. So I feel really accomplished. This is what the pencil looks like. It's now really short. I still use it almost every single day. I didn't use it today because I have like a bright red eye, but I am still using it. I feel like it actually takes a lot of uses until I have to sharpen it. Probably like 10 uses and then a sharpen. So a little bit goes a long way. It's really pretty. It's like this beautiful warm bronze. If you have naturally like really dark eyes, like borderline black eyes like me, it kind of just brightens it up a little bit. It gives you a little twinkle. It's almost like it gives you meaning in life again. It's like when you feel like nothing's going right, it just reminds you it's okay, at least you look alive. Okay, let's transition into the face again. Now I have just like my bronzer, blush, and highlights. So excited for this one. So this is my e.l.f. bronzer palette. This is the shade Bronze Beauty. I have major dents in all three, and mind you, if you guys did not watch my first initial 2021 like listing, I mentioned that I finished this entire palette previously before, and then this just so happened to be my backup that is now getting a little old. It's a little bit expired. So all three that I haven't hit pan on has like super dents in them, and then this shimmer down here has the biggest pan. I like the shimmers, especially during the summer, because it kind of just gives a glow to my cheeks. I did use it on my skin today, and I just feel like it just adds just like the perfect amount of bronze. I don't think it's like too heavy. It's not too light. It's buildable. It's nice for $8. It used to be $6. e.l.f. It used to be $6. It used to be $2 cheaper. But I think for $8, you do get an amazing palette. You get like 4 beautiful shades that can be used in the eyes. And then you do have this gorgeous mirror in there. Love that so much. Now, amazing news. So I did start off the year with a little bit of a pan in this blush here, but now she's really getting used. This is my discontinued MAC Trace Gold blush. This is the blush that I am wearing on my cheeks today. It gives me like that nice natural sheen to the skin. Has a little bit of golden peach to it. It's nothing too crazy, but this is so good. And I think the only thing that has come close is the M Cosmetics it's like a tangerine blush. I do have it, I just don't want to get it, and that's the only thing that has come close. That one just seems like more like orangey peach. This one just stays more of like that golden tone. Amazing. I use this almost every single day still. It's one of my absolute favorites. I've literally had this since like high school. It's really old, but it's an amazing product. Now for the highlight on my skin, I am of course using Real Her Keep Going. This is going to be discontinued soon. That's so sad. It is so sad. And I did not hit pan, but there's like this major dent here that I feel like if I use it like 5 more times, I mean, I'm gonna hit pan. This is a product where a little goes such a long way that despite how long I've used this, and for as many times as I've used this, it just won't go anywhere. It's just one of those products. And you know, I do have a dent right, oh, you could see it right in the center there. Yes. Pretty. It's so pretty. It has like almost a silvery glow, but it still remains like warm enough to show up on my skin without like a weird cast. It's really pretty, and if you want to get it, now's the time to get it. You can use my discount code ThatsSoYin at checkout if you really want this and it's on your wish list. The second highlighter that I haven't been using it as much, unfortunately, because I feel like it just was too dark when I was a little bit more on like the paler side. Now that I have like a little bit more of like a color to my skin, a little tint of color, I am still not gravitated towards it for some reason. I'm still using my real hair because it just looks so good. It looks really good. Now this is my Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I wanted to use this because I felt like it was a little bit old, but I'm not getting use out of it. I don't even remember the last time I used it on my skin, and unfortunately it's just one of those products that I just kind of forgot about. So with that being said, I think I am going to switch this out for something else because I don't want this to just be sitting there and then me having to give you guys like an explanation at the end of the year like, yeah, remember what I said? Yeah, I still didn't use it. So I want to make sure that I'm using things like on a daily. Finally, we have the lip products. I just realized I have my window open and you guys probably hear the wind. It's fine. Let's listen to nature. Now the lip combo that's on my lips is the Shiseido lip liner in the shade Espresso, which is this dark brown. And then the actual lip color on my lips is the Colourpop and I Love Sarai Ultra Matte Lip in the shade Sueno de Coco. So pretty. I'm still wearing this a lot. Like, I think a lot of the nudes that I've been wearing have just been this, or it's just been like a random nude in my collection that I just don't really care about. But this shade, I don't want it to end. Like, even though it's in like my project pan list, I don't want this to go. It's so good. Dare I want to make a whole Colourpop purchase just to get like 5 backups? I don't know. Am I crazy? Yeah. Am I worried it's going to be discontinued? Yeah. I am. And then as far as this lip liner is concerned, I want to show you guys like the progress that I have done. Oh my god, there's a lot left. There. I use this almost every single day. Oh my god. I still have so much to go. Okay. Oh well, that's fine. Since we only have 6 months left until the end of the year, I wanted to roll in some products that I felt like were an easy finish for me because I definitely want to use it up. Like, don't get me wrong. So I have here these products that I feel like would be finished in a reasonable amount of time. So I have here my Fenty Beauty Concealer. This is the Instant Retouch Concealer in the shade 290. Now I do have it on my skin. I just spot concealed with it, and that's mostly what I've been doing with this. So I have been using it consistently, but it's only been in like small areas. So I feel like 6 months is enough time. And then when I am using like a liquid glow product, I feel like I gravitate towards this by ShopMissA. This is the Glow Baby Liquid Highlighter in the shade Golden Rose, and I mostly use this underneath my foundation, under my eyes, and on the high points of my skin where I would apply my highlight. So I think these two are just going to be my replacements for Kaja Moon Crystal and the Laura Geller Gilded Honey, just so it could be fair, and I could also just show you guys more empties so it could be a little bit more satisfying at the end of the year. So I hope you guys all really enjoyed this video, and if you guys are doing the 2021 Project Pan with me, let me know how it's going. Like, are you actually using the products? Are you not? Did you just give up? I just want to know. I'm curious. So I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye! Peace out, Girl Scouts.